Howdy, howdy. Welcome. I did a little bit of Black Friday shopping this year. Only a little bit. But I bought a couple of graphics cards, some PCIe risers, and some power splitters. Now, I don't really need more risers. I don't really need more splitters. However, when it's a good deal, I pick some more up. And then I really don't need more GPUs, especially the kind that we're going to be seeing here. But bear with me. Let me get all this out of the box and let's take a look at it. All right, try not to dox myself too much. So we have here untested random risers. They all match. They all look brand new. I've checked the inside of one of the bags. They are revision 006. Not 006C. Oh, actually it says here 006PR. I got 8 splitters. These were less than $1 a piece, no tax, no shipping. Even on the best days, these are not that cheap most places. The quality looks okay. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. The quality looks okay. Normally I look to see how deeply the pins are recessed in the connector. Typically I want to see those right at the front so they're getting better contact. Again, these have been in use. They are used, so I'm not expecting perfection, but honestly they look okay. The same or better quality of what you would get on the flea bay these days. Okay, let me grab one of the risers out of the packaging. I'll show you what the 006PB looks like. Oh, and PR. They are a little different. We'll take a look at both of those. Okay, so here's a 006PR. Looks like we have 4 capacitors. One is a little smaller, which I have not seen before. We've got a MOSFET, and we have a 100 microhenry inductor. Honestly, this doesn't look terrible. It looks very similar to a 006C, except for this one smaller cap. So that's a 006PR. Do you want to guess what the PB stands for? Yep, black. Red, black, that's all. So same thing, microhenry, 100 microhenry inductor, 4 caps, one smaller one, which is 270 microfarad, and the other ones are 271. So almost exactly the same capacitance, which is kind of crazy. Guessing that was just manufactured that way due to a component shortage at the time, maybe. But no frills, they're definitely not a new model. No LED, nothing fancy, but they did come with a cable, a little PCIe slot adapter, and they're new, and at least they have a 6-pin on them. So I will definitely keep these in my bin. I have no issue using something like this. These were 95 cents each. Again, no shipping, no tax, so I picked up 6. Why not? You guys want to guess what they are? You've probably seen this one. It's still on their website right now in December of 2022. This one, however, was the last one of this particular card they had in stock. They still have equivalent performance models available for $5 more. But anyway, I'll unwrap these. I have one NVIDIA and one AMD card here. They together cost me a grand total of, let's see, 45 and 30. $75, no tax, no shipping. First up, we have a Galax, I think. Yeah, Galax P106-100. So this is a mining specific GPU. It looks like it's definitely done some mining. I'm not sure if those pads are original or not, but they are old either way. I'm guessing they are not original with the age of this card. Looks like it probably has been repadded at least once, but they look honestly to be in okay shape. This is a GTX 1060 6GB without a video encoder, with a single 6-pin, I guess that's pretty common, and no video outputs. So this was a mining specific card. It has a little bit different VBIOS on it, which is, better for mining. The RAM timings are a little bit different. And it has some debug, which is kind of cool up there. So not verbatim a 1060. There are videos on this. You should check them out if you're curious, but it is possible to use some laptop software and a VBIOS from a 6GB 1060 to use this for gaming, and then use the integrated graphics video out to actually drive your monitor, but it isn't worth it. So this card was $44.95. these a year ago cost a lot more because these could mine Ethereum, and they're, I'm not going to say efficient, but I mean, they're good for a 10 series card. These do about 24 mega hash at about 75 or 80 watts. So it's not terrible. And again, when Ethereum was at its peak a couple of years ago here in mining, these cards would have been making you $3 to $4 US a day each after power. So anyway, they're great for spec mining still these days. Not super efficient compared to modern cards, but again, this was $44.95. If you had free power somewhere, picking up a stack of these, you would fill some bags real quick. I'm not suggesting you do that, of course, but anyway, that's that card. We will look at that separately in another video. The next one, I have a Sapphire Nitro Radeon R9 380 4GB, and it actually came with a graphics benchmark. Would you look at that? So I should mention these are both grade D as in David, the lowest grade cards that Nerd Gears offers, and I will get to who I bought them from, not affiliated. I was very pleasantly surprised because the photos on the webpage of especially the R9 380 had a disgusting PCIe slot bracket. This was the last one they had in stock, so maybe they just found this and it was nicer, or they downgraded it for me just to ship it out. But honestly, this card, other than on the heatsink, you can see some pitting, indicating that it was in a pretty high humidity environment, at least at one point. This thing is in phenomenal condition. So dual BIOS switch, I'm guessing it's got a mining BIOS on it, which is totally fine. That's something I can flash, or at least try the other switch if and when I do put this in a computer and use it for Windows and just gaming or productivity, which is kind of the plan. Most of my graphics cards, my modern ones, are in rigs, so I'm not left with much for actually just regular computer use. So some scrapes, bumps here and there, but other than, you know, some thermal pad leakage on the PCB and things like that, this is pretty good condition. And this card, again, cost me 30 American dollars delivered to my door. They accept regular credit cards and then also crypto, but since crypto is worth so little right now, I just used fiat to buy this. These were morbid curiosities. I can't find any recent videos at all of anyone trying any altcoins on an R9 380. I'm sure they're not efficient, but I still want to check it out. And I also want to check this on like Flux, Caspa, even Kapow. There are some Kapow videos on this, but newer coins that use algorithms that weren't really popular before these went the way of Old Yeller. So I'm going to check those both out in their own little video segments separate from this, but there's my little Black Friday haul. I think I paid a total of like $75 shipped for all of this stuff. And I don't know, it's just kind of nice to have a set of video outs on a card for 30 bucks. And you could still game on this. This is roughly equivalent in performance to a GTX 1050 or a 1050 Ti, which is better than a 1030. It's better than a 1010. It's better than a 1630. It's probably not as good as a 1650 GDDR5, but like this card doesn't suck if you don't care about power for gaming. The drivers are no longer supported in gaming as of last year, but that's really not a huge concern for a lot of older titles and even a lot of modern ones. During the pandemic, GPU shortage, game developers got way better at supporting older cards. So even stuff back to the Radeon HD 7000 series, GCN1, I think this is GCN2, and the GTX 600 series Kepler cards are supported, honestly, pretty well in modern titles. So food for thought, sorry, if you've got like a nephew or a niece or something that's getting into gaming, maybe picking up one of these. They still have the Gigabyte one for $5 more. Just throwing it in a really cheap Haswell i5 system, still be a ton of fun for esports titles. So maybe look into that. But yeah, watch out for these sales. I bought these from nerdgears.com, not affiliated. I actually found them in, I think, an old Red Panda mining video. But it's just a website. It's kind of a broken website, not in the best condition as far as functions concerned. But they do have a functional store. And yeah, US and Canada, there's always a graphics card tab. And again, this was Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so they had an especially good deal on like risers and 6+2s. Everything was packaged extremely well. It took a while to ship. This probably 2 or 3 weeks. Well, however long ago Cyber Monday was to now. So it probably wasn't even that long. But they do tend to really undersell their product. Like this card was advertised with really rusty pictures and like, whoa, grade D sucks. And this was also a grade D card. And both of these, honestly, seem just fine. No fan clicking or anything like that. So if that's a grade D card, most of what they have is B and A. I really wouldn't hesitate to take them at their word for condition and assume you're probably going to get a pretty clean product. So unless I find out that these are both somehow screwed, I think you're probably in pretty safe hands buying from these guys. So really interesting factoid. I at least didn't get charged sales tax, which is really cool. It was free shipping over like $35, so a very low threshold. And again, just like the oddball stuff, really good prices. Those PCIe power splitters, I should have, in hindsight, grabbed a bunch more of those. But whatever. Neither here nor there. I wanted to share my little Cyber Monday, Black Friday purchase. Really wasn't anything too crazy this year, but it was interesting enough where I figured I may as well tell you about it.